Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 12 of the RSF1 season in the Hungary. I am Primus Gaming, and joined with me yet again is one of my favourite co-workers, Bonner.
Hey, Primus, thanks for having me again. Lovely to be here again in my virtual comms box yet again. Another week. Week 12, dude, I can't believe it.
Season is going by massively quick because, we're already over halfway through our first season. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we're the title hopeful, or the guys in the title fights, they're starting to come to the forefront now.
Got a couple of new faces as well in the, a couple. I mean, we got the odd new one because we got a couple of people in the Mex league joining us in RSF1 because we've got Tarap, who made his debut last week in Germany, and now we've got Mex Senna, so we have two Sennas.
Yeah, welcome, Max and Max Tarp. It's always good to see new drivers join the league, and hope you enjoy your time with us.
So, we are in the Hungary. This track is massively historic for amazing battles in the past. We have seen the likes of Jensen Button, I couldn't even get words out. Jensen Button, winning in BAR Honda. I remember that, and the commentators and then were meant to be impartial, but they freaked out. Oh, Patronus, he's retired because, we've only got 14 cars in Q1. So, in a way, this is sort of a practice session because, no one's getting knocked out.
No, Patronus saving tyres.
That's a smart decision, Sometimes setting a lap is good because you get to know your benchmark, but at that point, you got to think, now that I have the opportunity to go through a session without worrying about being knocked out, do I want to save an extra set of softs?
Yeah, the problems of Turner as well. It comes down to the thing of, if you are after doing 300, 400, 500 laps complete in the week leading up to this race, you know your racecraft, you know the line to take, you know your braking points. It doesn't make sense for you to go and burn out another set of tyres, even though you might just potentially put like 2, 3, 4 laps on them. Those tyres might come back into effect if you have a safety car in the race and you need to put on a brand new set of softs. That could be the wing point.
So, we cannot put a finger on any of these drivers in Division 2 because everyone just seems to keep coming out of nowhere, because Shane got his first podium last week in Germany, which was really impressive because I know Shane's been fighting like crazy to get a podium, or at least try and get some good points, and with Magic Marks letting Shane go by, it allowed Shane to get second, and Shane actually said if he felt maybe if Marks let him go a little bit early, because obviously Shane was a little bit faster than Marks, he just felt if Marks let him go a little bit early, Shane felt he could have challenged for the win.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it was well done on Shane in the racing point. Like, the guy had such a downer at the start of the season, if I could say that, but he's bringing it back, and to get a podium last week when he qualified so far back, it was a great accomplishment to him, so I tip my hat to him for that.
Epimate, 117.9 in the McLaren. So we have got a little bit of news on Roberts, haven't we? Because just look at him and he just crashed into the wall. Okay, yeah, we have news on Roberts. He just hit the wall.
That is not good.
That is actually no. That he's knocked out of Q1. It doesn't matter that with 14 cars in, Roberts is out.
Yeah. That is
I forgot about that for a brief moment.
That is absolute disaster for Roberts. I wouldn't mind, but I was chatting to Roberts earlier on, and the guy is on full-on attack mode for tonight. Like, he feels robbed from last week. He wants to go and wants to win tonight, and now he's starting 14th.
Do keep in mind, Unity Hush in F1, he started 15th place in Britain, and he took the win. So he may be starting from the back, but that can be a blessing in and of itself, because if it's going to be a complete dry weekend, well, a complete race week, complete dry, which, by the way, we'd need a weather report provided in the Twitch. If it's going to be dry, Roberts could... Oh, man, with the cash, taking top spot, 117.1. We could maybe see Roberts challenge for the win, but a person we cannot overlook who has been fiercely competitive over these last couple of weeks is our current pole sitter, the man with the cash in the Ferrari.
Yeah, very fast driver, very fast driver. Not to rule out Jake Moore either. I think Jake Moore had a bit of bad luck last week. You can go with pole.
There he goes. 117 dead. That's unfortunately the man with the cash. Gets a little bit of glory on the top spot. Jake just says, you know what, mate, Red Bull, we want to take that from you.
Yeah, that's great from Jake Moore. That's bound to lose some of his confidence as well, because he said to me earlier on that he said he wasn't feeling good for this track. He said there was no consistency, no rhythm, and he said he just didn't have a setup that made him felt right, and the car felt fast. He says he's going to struggle a bit tonight, but his aim is to finish the race. But dude, Q1 provisional pole at the minute, looking good. What do you think, Grimes?
I know Jake is definitely a really good driver, so I'll assume so. It's not a driver. We have to. Let's go back and get them out. Well, Jake Moore, he has shown before in the past he has the pace. Unfortunately, we do get moments, where sometimes a driver accidentally gets too much of a run for a certain corner, loses control, or there might accidentally be a bit of contact. And I know the Red Bull of Senna and Jake, they are rearing for a podium or maybe even a win. I know they could push to try and take that from the man with the cash, Peppermeat. And it looks like today might be a good opportunity, because really one of the people to watch, which is Roberts, is out in Q1. I know they got to deal with Magic Marks as well and Petronas, but I have a feeling the Red Bull might come out in a very good place today.
Yeah, well, they say it's a very good chassis, very good handling car, but of course we're running cool cars, so you can't really say that, blah, blah, blah. Just in terms of Magic Mark, though, the Magic Man, he does this. Q1, yeah, okay. Q2, okay. Q3, pulls out the bag, gets top 3 at least. But going back, any of these midfield runners could go for a top 3 place here. We've some very fast drivers. You were saying there about the Red Bulls, Senna, Jake Moore. Yeah, Senna is definitely a fast driver. He can compete there with the top guys. Jake Moore, another guy that's been knocking the door, as I say, the last few weeks. People are trying to turn me over, but that's a different story.
And speaking of the Magic Man, he's actually gone out onto his outlap. So I know you guys like to hear corner names and all that, but we did a little bit of research, and I actually cannot find any corner names for this track. It's got 14 corners, but no names. So unfortunately, you guys are not going to get the privilege of hearing names like Verf Curve or Sax or anything like that. Nope, not for today in Hungary.
I think turn 4 is the big one, isn't it? Turn 4 is the left-hander going kind of up the hill that you can cut. You can't cut it too much or else get time penalty, because I remember my first season of league racing, man. I cut that corner so many times I get 12 seconds worth of penalty.
The worst part is if you go too fast into that left-hander, you can actually if you get a really quick exit out of that, way too quick, and you clip the curb on the right, it will send you into a spin, kind of like what happened with Roberts.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really go side by side either there, because one of the cars is going to have to go over the curb on exit, and of course if you do that, the game will give you exceeding track limits. Yes, crap. Oh, and that sausage curb as well, going up around that right-hander, the next turn going up right. If you touch that inside curve, boom, you are gone around.
Oh, and everyone needs to make sure they be careful. I mean, this is a lovely track. I actually, in terms of driving on the Hungaroring, I think it's difficult but really fun. But I think if you're a spectator, it's probably one of the most amazing tracks to be like keeping an eye on. I like watching real F1 in the Hungaroring, and never before in my life have I ever had the privilege of being able to commentate on this track. And that's one thing I love about this league. I don't just be a driver. I get to, really give the action or in the commentator's seat. And that's why I'm also looking forward to the rest of this season and future seasons to come.
Yeah, we're glad to have you, to be honest. It's...
Oh, there he goes. Magic Man.
It really is something different as well for me, because obviously I've been kind of a driver the last couple of seasons, but now for 1 night a week, to step out of the car and go into the comms box is kind of a bit surreal, to be honest. It's kind of, you're getting the exterior view of overall situation of the race, because you know yourself, when you're in the car, you're racing, the only thing you can see is what's in front of you. You can't see what's happening around you. You know, unless you have an engineer or something like that in the car, you can't tell me what's happening. You know, guy spinning turn 1, turn 2, whatever it is, or someone else is pitting, or whatever's happening. So it's interesting.
It is, but that's why I also like being in the seat, because you get a good team. You know, I like our comms team. We're a really good flying unit, and also these drivers, they just do not fail to give us a good show. And I think especially, man with the cash. I remember back in Britain and in Germany, he had both you and me on edge because of the amazing attacks and defence that he did. Yeah. And I know for a fact that he will be coming back to do it again in Hungary.
Yeah, who was it last week in Germany that was back and forth? Was it the man with the cash and the Magic Man? They just seemed to be swap positions for 2 laps straight. Remember that?
Yeah, I think that was the man with the cash and Magic Marks.
That was intense battling, man.
Until I think man with the cash just slightly fell back a bit, and then Marks just pulled out.
It could be a bit of dirty air or something like that. A bit of understeer, as usually happens. Give a shout out to Chrismick. He's saying yo in the chat. He says, I want to watch the race. Oh, I want to watch the race and I'm watching it. Okay. So we've Chrismick is watching the race along with Jake Moore, top notch. Welcome, guys. 13 viewers. Thanks for watching, guys.
Good amount, actually, for Q1. Normally we don't get that many straight away in Q1. It normally all builds up in Q2 to Q3. So, yeah, good to have you guys. Wait, what?
They're all here for you, Primus. I want to hear you.
They're all here for me?
Or for us, I don't know.
It's just like the race is just like the side detail, apparently.
What you hear? Primus doing comms on this. Yeah, streaming for tuning for that.
I know the title's going to get changed from RSF1 Division 2 to Primus is here, Division 2.
Primus is now partying for streaming.
So it looks like Tarap has actually set a 118.1. He's it looks like he was having a little bit of a problem there because he ran wide in a few corners. Yeah. I think he's just trying to find his feet. Magic Marks is actually going out again.
Yeah, 3 laps on those softs. He has practice for him. 16.6 as well. 3 tenths faster than Jake Moore.
Yeah, just about 3 tenths faster, but I think he knows he could probably do quicker.
Jake Moore definitely quicker, I reckon.
Jake probably just set that because he just felt, that's good enough. It's still Q1. No one's going out other than Roberts. Because
poor Roberts, I feel for him. He didn't have to push, but he did. And he's wrecked the car and he's out of qualifying altogether.
But I'm sure he'll bounce back in the race.
I'm sure. I've every confidence he will, as long as he stays out of trouble.
Oh, Magic Marks!
Who's going sideways? Oh, catches it. Yes. Keeps the car in one piece as well. Brilliant.
He had that little moment there where he just sat there thinking, oh my god, how did I not hit the wall there? One of those moments where you're just surprised at yourself for managing to save it. So it was a good save to stop the car from hitting the wall, because unfortunately the last driver to have that incident and just narrowly missed out on being able to save it was Roberts, and it almost looked like the Magic Man was actually going to join him out of Q1.
Yeah, certainly is, alright. And then give a shout out to Chris because he says Boulder and Primus talk show in the works, question mark.
Talk show? Well, I don't know. I mean, it could be a possibility, it'd be something to do with Bodder and his nicknaming, because I know for a fact that he will get to everyone in this league in giving nicknames, so if anything, it'll just be like Bodder being the host, and it's like, what nickname can you give this man? And then, there you go.
I don't know if everyone will get one, but I'll certainly try, but it literally just comes over me. I can't really help it at times.
It's like the Magic Man, that you go with the flow of Magic Man. Man with the cash, obviously, because he used to be Josh with Dosh. Just as soon as he said Josh with Dosh, Bodder just instantly reacted and said, "Man with the cash," and then that's where
it slipped out. It just
became reality.
This is my problem. I say things before I think. I just don't think about things. That's why I get myself in trouble so much as well, actually, because I just do not think. I see something and I just talk about it. That is it.
Yeah, well, that can be a good and a bad thing, you know.
Yeah.
So it looks like someone's now going out onto an outlap. I think that might be... Yep, that's Senna. Senna. Oh! The back end kicked out a little bit there as he went round the first corner.
Oh,
he almost did a Grosjean.
He might be trying a bit of a new setup, or else he might be doing no traction.
He's trying no traction. He's got to be very careful, because I know... Obviously, he can take it a bit easy in Q1, but do keep in mind, as soon as you lose that wheel, that's it.
Oof, yeah, you're done. Top Notch, a wing setup around here was weird. Okay, I have to look into your setup, Top Notch, because I do not have a setup for myself. And Charisma stuff saying, Mr. Tato himself! Ah, Tato! Tatos! Oh, come on, that is controversial. Next Senna greater than RSF1 Senna.
Oh, so
controversial.
A battle of the Sennas.
Yes.
Like, we're just going to see, like, Division 2 just all turn into Senna. So you got Senna meet, man with the Senna.
What's the difference between your Mexican Senna and your English Senna?
Well, I'm not too sure, really.
We'll find out hopefully at the end of the season.
Yeah, because I think Max Senna here, you know, he's going to help Roberts to try and pick up some points in the Haas team.
Yeah.
And for some reason, in most of the divisions, Haas has actually been proven to be some of the fastest cars. You know, Unity Hush and John MH 2002 in F1. In F2, it's Roberts, and it was Junior, but now Senna's taken his place for today. And then in F3, Moronix and
front runner in F3.
Top Notch.
Yep. Another guy who can get podium very easily in F3.
And then in F4, at the moment, in F4, the only driver in Haas, I think, is BVB4.
That's correct. I don't know, does he have a teammate for or not?
I think he used to. No, he does. I think it's Dirty Kelsey. No, Dirty Kelsey's in a Renault, I think.
Top Notch, one Haas rich energy.
Unfortunately, that's not meant to be with Haas and rich energy.
That is Q1 finished, Primus.
Yeah, you know, it's just a nice little calm moment before the storm, because in a way the real qualifying starts. Oh, John Digweed actually went out.
What?
I think John had a crash, because Roberts and John Digweed are two cars straight away out of Q1. Oh dear.
I did not spot that.
I didn't either. I thought when John retired, I thought he just didn't see any point in going out. Oof. Gosh. Well, that's a surprise, you know. Just when I said it was going to be calm. So now I thought it was going to be a calm Q1. We lost 2.
So now in Q2, we're going to lose 2 drivers to Q3.
And then the top 10 shootout.
Yeah.
Right, so here we go. So is it looking dry for the weather report?
We've yet to have a weather report, I believe, in the chat, if anyone wants to throw it in there. Unity says, love my name being said. Unity. There you go.
There you go. Bodder has given you multiple shoutouts in a space of like 5 seconds.
Boom, welcome back, BF1 Racer. Ben's back. He just says hello, glad to be back racing and watching streams again. Dude, welcome back. Hope you're keeping well.
Welcome back.
Thanks for joining us.
There you go. Shane is now the first car actually out on track on the medium compound tyre. WR Chosen's actually going for the more long run strategy today, because he's actually going to slap on the hard compound.
Charismic says he's the shoot, so he's going off. So nice one, Charismic. Thanks for joining us over. John Deekweed says dry quali and dry race.
Oh, nice. Thank you for the weather report there, John Digweed. Oh, and Shane caught a little bit of the sausage curb on the inside
on that
right-hander, and that almost sent him off the track. But luckily, Shane managed to save it after the back end of the car just started to give out. So good on him. But that just shows
that's a very good save.
No matter what, if you're not concentrating and you go over that, off you go.
Very easily happens as well. That sausage curb, it's actually quite hidden. You don't think it's that high, but when you kind of clip it with your front right wheel, the car will come around, and if you're not good enough, or if you're going too hard, you're going to hit the front wing, and that's a new front wing for you, unfortunately, if that happens in the race. It's an absolute race disaster if that happens.
I know because obviously we don't have too many races actually in Europe anymore in the RSF1 season. We've got Hungary, we've got Spa, and we've got Monza, which is Hungary today, Spa next week, and Monza in 2 weeks. So we're slowly catching up to the real F1 season, but we are actually almost completely through all of the European races.
Yeah,
which is sad as well.
It is a bit sad, yeah. And there's a few races on. I'm looking forward to Spa. I'm looking forward to Monza. There's actually a lot of races I'm still looking forward to.
Go Man with the Cash and RSF1 Senna have moved out the way for Shane. They didn't want to obstruct.
Good job as well.
Although that's not done any good for the Man with the Cash's tyres because he pulled off onto the gravel and the grass.
It's alright, he'll have half a lap at least to scrub them off, so it's time yet. And worst case scenario, just turn traction control off in the last couple of turns and just burn the rear tyres out to warm up.
There you go, Shane going round, sweeping left-hander, and now the slight right-hander. This is actually where you've got to be careful because if you get too much of a run into the last corner, you could accidentally crash into the pit wall.
That was a great lap.
There you go, Shane. 1:17.5 on the mediums.
Stretch 18.6.
Stretch is the lone Renault for today, correct?
Brundle.
Oh yeah, Brundle. Sorry, yeah, I forgot about Brundle. It's just because all the contrast on my screen. You know, it's hard. Sometimes you accidentally mistake Cass with the Renault on this TV screen because I have my conservatory TV and then I have my bedroom TV, and with my bedroom TV I can actually see all the colours much more clearer. But with this TV, it's very big and it's very bright, so sometimes all the colours sort of
kind of hard to see.
Clash.
The one thing I find hard is to tell sometimes between the Red Bulls and the Toro Rosses.
Yeah, I agree.
Second was 17.56.
We could see Shane's actually looking pretty good at the moment.
Yeah, Shane's looking racing.
There we go. Let's have a little look at the Man with the Cash. He's actually harvesting. Senna, RSF1 Senna, not Mech Senna. Mech Senna, however, he's on the soft compound tyre and only got third.
Yeah, I bet you can bowl more out of that though. But it's kind of interesting. We're looking at a mixed bag here. Half the guys going softs, half the guys going mediums, and then we've chosen and going with the hards. But I reckon he'll change his mind for the end of Q2.
RSF1 Senna slowed down a lot there onto the line. Got 1:19.7.
Yeah.
Man with the Cash 1:23.7. But we know the Man with the Cash was harvesting, so here comes his actual lap. So let's keep an eye on. Actually, with that first corner, you could actually get a really good run onto the corner itself, onto the curb, and still manage to keep it. So you could easily ride along that curb, and it can make you some serious time. But, some people try not to take that risk because there is a slight risk. If you catch a bit too much curb, you might lose it.
Yeah, back end could come around you very, very easy in these curves, so be careful.
That sausage curb definitely being one.
Yeah, I was watching Petronas with a nice, clean side lap from Petronas, but unfortunately did not work his way up to the starting order just yet.
Oh, Man with the Cash has run a little bit wide there.
Yeah, I spotted that. He doesn't want to do it too often.
This is not an easy track in the mid-sector.
No, I was struggling in the last sector actually on this track. It's the last sector, just sweeping corners do not do for me at all.
There you we go, man with a cash. Ran the final corner. Here we go. And I think actually the Hungaroring was the birthplace of the Shoei.
Was it? Yeah, because Danny
I think it was.
Here in the Hungary series. Man with the cash, so, 17-7.
And he ran wide. He lost a little bit of time, and he still got into third. So the man with the cash actually does look quite good around here.
Yeah, remember he just needs a top 10 to go through, so that potentially could do him but 2 laps on the mediums.
On board with Magic Marks now, who was the previous pole sitter in Q1. So let's see how he does. I still can't believe though that John Digweed actually went out with Roberts. That was a real scare, because I know Roberts had that incident, but I never realised John had one.
No issues as I saw the retirement and was like, oh, that's just him retiring because he doesn't have to, you know, set lap. He's just saving a set of softs for the race, whatever, just in case a BSC or a C comes out.
Because it mixed in with everyone else, so it just looked like he just said, yeah, I'll retire as well. Oh, got a Ferrari there, so that's the man with the cash.
The man with the cash, just off giving people some room, all good.
Real fighting there from Magic Marks. You know, he's throwing the car into every corner. And keep in mind, this man still has 2 broken fingers.
Okay, and Mexican Senna and Perpme are kind of going at it there a small bit. Perpme was on the lap. Mexican Senna looked on an out lap, so I don't know what was happening there with that.
Oh, there we go. 117.3 there from Magic Marks.
Ah, he's not done yet with that. Wait till Q3. Actually, we haven't seen Skunk either tonight. Skunk was out as well last week. We haven't seen Skunk Burner tonight. I wonder if he's watching.
Yeah, I hope Skunk Burner's doing alright. Brundle has retired from the session in third. He feels good where he is. I think Peppermeats ran out of fuel.
Oh. Of course, he was like 2 or 3 laps into his stint.
Oh yeah, 3 laps.
Mm-hmm.
So what was going on there with Mex Senna? You know, Peppermeat would have fallen behind anyways, because it looks like he just used up all of his fuel load. Oh! Mex Senna just crashed after going around the first corner into the wall. Is everything alright there, Butter?
Yeah, just catching up here on the laptop.
I'm hearing a little bit of the buzzing from your end there.
The wife's doing moving.
Your Hoover and my Hoover sounds very different.
Well, I actually took the apart a couple of weeks ago to fix it. There was a hair caught in the shaft of the motor, so I literally stripped it down to its bare components and to pull out the motor, and there was a small few strands of hair left around the shaft of the motor. I was like, yep, what you done? Done. Back to new.
Like, your Hoover sounds more lively than mine. Mine's like giving up, it's like, you know, it just sounds like it's just...
That's what ours was sounding like a few weeks ago until I opened it up and fixed it, and then I turned it on. Then after I fixed it, you know, hoping to God it actually would work after me putting it all back together again, and it just shot to life. It was like brand new out of the box again. I was like, that's amazing.
Bodder, the king of Dyson. There we go, and it looks like Magic Marks is going into the pits, following with Mexican Senna.
Interesting to see, Peppermeat and Stretch are sitting in the pits with brand new soft tyres ready to go. So if they feel the need that they need to go and push to get into the top 10, that's what they're looking to do, I think.
Senna and Jake Moore are currently the drivers that are looking a little bit uncomfortable with where they are.
Are 2 Red Bull drivers as well at that.
So I think Jake's now, he's got a little bit of open, breathing room, because the only car on track with him is Tarup.
Yeah, he has all tracked himself, unless the car pulls out of the pits in front of him, but hopefully they'll give him room. As Senna, I think, is pulling out of the pits as well. Just watching Jake now at the minute on his out lap.
Magic Marks, he feels good where he is.
Yep.
So it's a top 2 knockout, really. It's 1-2 from the racing point. So Shane and his teammate look pretty good around here.
Yeah, pretty fast, aren't they?
Yeah, and do keep in mind though that Shane It's only 0.03 of a second faster than Ruddle. There we go, let's have a little onboard Jake Moore. So he's going to go across turn 1. He just misses that entrance on the curb there. You could get a lot of time made there on that curb, but everyone's just choosing to avoid it for the moment. There you go. Now pushing it through into the left-hander. It's always when I do an onboard, you actually manage to always get a drink. That's weekly tradition. I have to, if I don't do an onboard, you're just gonna die of thirst behind the microphone.
Oh, die of thirst, man. Die of thirst. Looking for a safety car as well during the race for the quench my thirst in the race too. But.
It's like, okay, good, Primus, you watch over them. I'm gonna go get a drink. Speaking of, do you feel we might get any VSCs or safety cars in the race?
The safety cars in this game are broken, in my opinion. Like, you could have a mass pilot of 4 or 5 cars, cars facing different directions, bits and parts of carbon fibre ever shooting across the track. Nothing. Green flag racing. You could have a back marker that spins and just happens to face the wrong direction for like 2 seconds.
Oh!
Full safety car.
Red Bull have put Jake Moore in the top spot. Look at that! What a lap!
First in Q2. Well done, Jake Moore.
Let's keep an eye on Senna, because Senna is actually approaching what looks like a McLaren. That's the McLaren of Petronas.
A bit wide from Senna.
Onto the grass. It's not going to do him any justice, but he just needs to get back. And he backs off. He's backing off. He's going to harvest some energy. He's still got 2 minutes to do it.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's 2 minutes to get around. He can probably he'll get one more lap out definitely, but he just needs to charge now. I don't know, but
here comes Petronas.
If you watch me whenever I'm trying to charge my battery in qualifying, I basically flush the whole way down on the accelerator, and I'll go about maybe half brake, and I'll just kind of feather the brake. Because obviously the heat from the brakes is what gives you the power storing on your battery. So I'll cause the yellow flag to go on the track, but once I'm not in anyone's way, it's all good. But that's what I'll do.
So Jake Moore in provisional pole in the Red Bull with Magic Marks, who unfortunately retired a little bit too early, because I know for a fact he will not be happy with that. He always likes to try and give everyone a little bit of a hard time getting up into that top spot, but I think because Marks just felt safe there in second place, he won't be satisfied there, because unfortunately his time did get beaten. And we'll keep an eye on Senna, because can he get himself out of the elimination zone? Because only 60 seconds remain of Q2.
Yeah, he could do it. He could do it as long as he just throws in nice and easy. Bit wider
Much better
again.
run than last lap.
Yeah. Chosen is on brand new mediums as well, so we'll have to quickly watch for him. He's coming up to the end of his one here. I'm just keeping an eye on him. So Chosen's going to do.
So currently right now, Tarup has been knocked down into the elimination zone, and Senna went too wide.
Very wide.
Can Senna at least recover and push himself out of this little stick he's in? Can he do it, Senna? He now crosses the line. 9th place. It's chosen as driver in danger. WR Stretch on the soft compound tyre, who is not comfortable in his current position. He will be able to finish a lap, but Tarup is out of Q2.
2 things I just spotted.
WR chosen.
The Salami man, he has gone on to softs and he's gone second, so he's picked his tyre to start off the race. The man with the cash is just after starting literally 5 seconds ago, a lap on brand new softs as well.
But everyone's taking a gamble. Chosen has decided to no longer push, so Chosen might go out if Stretch can do a good lap. So we'll keep an eye out. So WR Stretch, he's the only driver that can knock Chosen out. It's a battle between the WOR league. So going around the final corner, Stretch, now he goes across the line, and he does it! Chosen is out!
Just like that.
So Senna managed to just make it into Q3 with his teammate. So it's a good day for the Red Bull. And the man with the cash, just keep an eye on him, because he went a little bit wide there. going into these left-hander. Oh, he's going into the pits, man with the cash. Yep. He just wasn't feeling it. Peppermeat.
No.
You know,
what he was doing there, what man with cash was doing was, that was an insurance lap. So he put the car out there just in case someone did actually put him down, and he was ready to go with a lap, just in case, but it didn't come. No one pushed him out. He's happy. He's good.
It looks like Mexican Senna has made it into Q3 with, you know, his debut in RSF1. So well done. So a Haas is still going to fight in Q3 for the top spot, but definitely Jake Moore and Peppermeat, that was some good laps there.
Yeah, very, very good laps as well. Bit surprised at Peppermeat going off to the softs. We'll have to see how he does with that in the opening few laps of the race. I haven't done any practice here yet, so I don't know what to expect from the soft and mediums and the hard compounds.
It is an interesting strategy because, you know, in Germany the softs burn out so fast, but I don't know how the softs would operate here in the Hungaroring.
Yeah, Top Notch is basically the same thing I said. He says, I'd like to see how far the softs can go. Top Notch says, come on Senna, but which Senna are you referring to? Jake Moore, not a bad lap. Top Notch, I'll be watching them softs in the race. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking as well, dude. Watching those softs. Maybe softs.
Here we are, so that's the end of Q2. So having a look over the standings for Q2, Jake Moore takes provisional pole in the Red Bull with a 1:17.2 on the mediums, Peppermeat second and Magic Marks third. And the two drivers knocked out of Q2 is WR Chosen and Mex Tarab.
Yeah, some great laps as well there, like, you know, very, very tight in midfield as well, like maybe a couple of tenths separating some guys there.
And the man with the cash, he's starting on those mediums because, you know, his insurance lap was no longer needed because he managed to make it into Q3.
He didn't need it. So obviously whoever's engineering him, the driver formerly known as Josh with the Dosh, whoever was engineering was dead on. He didn't need to rush or to set a lap on the softs, henceforth keeping his mediums. Good job. And that was when the real battle takes place.
Indeed. And this is where we get to have some serious fun now, Bodo, because only 12 minutes in Q3. And now here's where we get the important questions like, how do you think the race is going to go and who's going to be in the top three? And it's the most commonly asked question to each other. I will definitely say Magic Marks is one to watch out for. He is very quick. Obviously, he got knocked out of first place in Q2 because he retired a little bit too early, and Jake Moore managed to just snatch that spot, and then Peppermeat took it from him as well. So Peppermeat looks like he's got some good form around here. So with me, I think it'll be, my prediction is Magic Marks has left the session. Hopefully he can get back in. Magic Marks, possibly first if he can get back in. I'd say he'll be able to get into first because he's got some serious speed around here. Jake Moore and Brundle.
Very close to mine. I would definitely go, I agree with you for one. It's definitely the Magic Man. Second, I'll go with Shane. He's definitely over improved. He's good Q2 as well. The two teammates want to stick together as well. But for third, I'd go for Jake Moore. Fourth, I would give the Brundle if we're talking about fourth position. But Jake Moore, I think, would be able to inch up Brundle into third.
Yeah, Jake Moore is looking like he's got some real form around the Hungaroring.
He is, yeah. He looks like, I know he said to us that he didn't feel comfortable with his setup, but he must obviously change something in the last little while because he's looking pretty fast tonight. Camos have to say now, where did 13th and 14th go? They crashed, dude. They crashed, Camo. So sorry about that.
Yeah, John Digweed and Roberts crashed in Q1.
Yep, unfortunate. That's the qualifying altogether.
There we go. So Mex Senna looks like he's the first car to go across the line to set his hot lap. So let's have a little look. So on board now with Mex Senna.
And Shane was the first to cross the line.
Was it Shane? Oh.
Yeah.
My bad.
And then it's Brundle, I think, right behind him. Shane is so
This
smooth.
is a really tricky chicane.
Yeah, I'm just watching on board here with Shane. he is so smooth on the steering wheel. If you watch his hands, very little input. He just kind of just eases the rotation of the wheel into the corner, which is a sign he's not going to be eating up his tires too much, which is a good sign. But it shows a very calm and relaxed driver.
Yeah, and Shane's actually normally quite calm, cool, and collected in racing.
But Shane, as we know, is on the wheel, so it's kind of a. I love doing these little onboards because you kind of get to see the hand rotation, see what you're doing. Like if you ever watch onboard with me, right? Like I wouldn't say every second and third corner, but every so often the back end will slide, and you'll see me, right? I'll be like, say, full 90 degrees right. There'll be a quick snap of 90 degrees to the left and back to the right again.
The wheel does sound pretty fun to use, though.
It is, especially on Dirt Rally 2.0 as well. That's pretty chaotic stuff.
Yeah, rubbing it in my face because you know I like my rally.
I'll tell you what, they have this like open court type of thing, you know, when you drive around warehouses and stuff like that, and there's a door of a warehouse where you just fit like a press it through. I love to go through sideways in 6th gear. It's class.
Oh, Jake Moore back in provisional pole for the race.
16.4, yes.
1:16.4, 4 tenths faster than Brundle. The Magic Man, he managed to rejoin the session. He is going to retaliate against that push there from Jake.
Yeah, I'd say Jake Moore is absolutely fist pumping right now after that lap.
Oh, we got another one of the next group who did join the session, but he left. But now let's have a little look at Magic Marks. Goes over that left-hander, now going over the sweeping right. Make sure you don't catch any of that sausage curb. It doesn't matter when you touch it. If you touch any of that sausage curb at any point, off you go.
Around
you are gone.
And your front wing, I love that too. And because...
So hopefully nothing will happen.
Because as well, that sausage curb gets so close to the barrier as well, and there's very little grass there. So when you hit that and you come around, you're potentially half your car could be on the track. So if that happens literally on lap 1, you could have a mass pile up there if someone's too wide going around that corner.
There you go, Magic Marks. Here's his response to Jake Moore stealing provisional pole. Can he retaliate? He now crosses the line.
Wow.
1:16 dead! That was almost in the 1:15s.
Oh. I guarantee you, if he puts out
Wow.
these sets of softs and waits about 3 minutes to go, he'll get into the 15s. Guarantee you.
He could. He could,
Very
because
easy.
obviously the track will be very worn in with the rubber.
Yeah.
So he'll have a good opportunity. And right now, the only car to be on an outlap is Met Senna. So he's going to challenge RSF1 Senna. You know, it's the battle of the pair.
Oh, the descendants.
Here we go. So Met
pulls out
Senna.
bits.
Go.
Man with the cash left
Oh,
session.
man with the cash has left. Hopefully he'll get back in because we need the man with the cash and his famous battles.
We do need him. He's actually asking for some advice during the week. Prime Minister's going back and forth just about his connection and how to resolve a few things. So hopefully he's took my advice.
Hopefully. And I actually got to speak with the man with the cash after his race last week. And yeah, we had a laugh. Yeah, I told him that he had us on edge the entire time, you know.
Yeah.
And the fact is that he may have missed out on the podium, but I enjoyed the racing that he showed. You know, he really did give a good show, and he was really happy. I know he didn't really get the podium like he wanted to, but when he heard that sort of, you know, that brought his spirits up a little bit.
Yeah, you can see it. Like his confidence has grown as the season has gone by. He kind of turned from like a low pack mid runner, a mid runner to like a kind of front mid runner, and now he's getting consistently top 5s. Like he was knocking at the podium here last week, so hopefully we might see him on the podium sooner rather than later. But yeah, it's very entertaining last week. Very entertaining. Like that's the great thing with Hockenheim. You can go too wide majority of the track, obviously except for maybe a few turns here and there. But even at the hairpin, you can throw 2 cars wide into that.
And the Hockenheim ring, you know, it's like the Hungary ring, a very old track. And it's a shame that, you know, we're going to lose German Grand Prix in the future. It will not be in the 2020 season. Sorry, I will miss the Hockenheimring.
You will, considering Vettel is obviously German, and we have the Mercedes team, which by its heritage is German. I know they're based in the UK, but I think we'll be lacking something next season with the German Grand Prix not there. Like, even if you were to bring it back, please bring back like Nuremberg GP or something like that. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree, because the Nürburgring track was pretty intense. I remember when 5 cars went off because of the rain.
Yeah, that was crazy. I watched that highlight actually a few weeks ago. I was showing one of the guys in work, and he was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's just rain. Like on turn 1, you have such a rundown that it's so hard to pick your brake." And I think, is that where one of the Red Bulls has suspension failure as well? The 2 wheels literally popped off the car.
I think that was China with Sebastian Buemi.
That's right. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember what track it was. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that because it literally, the wheels just went boop and then fell off.
Ping off.
Everything alright with the stream, buddy?
I think so. I'm just watching a couple of guys lagging small, but the stream is looking good for me.
Okay, I was just making sure, because normally when I see cars lag, I think, okay, maybe the stream's lagging, because both Max Senna and Peppermeat were lagging quite bad.
Yeah, I think it must have been a spike glitch, because there was more than that. I'm not going to mention names, obviously, but there was another driver that was lagging as well, and he never lags for us. Yeah. So
here we go, Brundle. He's going to go on to another lap. He is going to challenge. He is a fast driver because we've only got 2.5 minutes. Man with the Cash is back in the session, which is a relief, We can't go about our famous Man with the Cash and his real amazing battles that he's given us in the past few races. Magic Marks, still in provisional pole. Jake Moore is in second. Oh, the Man with the Cash is actually now choosing to come out. Oh, and Brundle spun it. He just caught that curb, like we said.
Roberts is back. Good stuff.
It's a real shame for Brundle. We've always said when you catch that curb, that's it. And Brundle just shown it.
Yeah. He was very lucky at them. I don't think he damaged his wing. No, his wing is good. So he was lucky in that respect. But man, you cannot do that in a race at all. Not one lap can you do that. That will completely ruin your race. There's some corners you can kind of throw the car sideways over and you can come back. It's fine. Okay. Just watching the Roberts. It's going to be 2 minutes, I promise.
Yeah, it's fine. Right, so we got Senna, RSF1 Senna, not Max Senna. He's going to go out. He is going to try and challenge Regent Knight. If anyone knows Regent Knight, can you please tell him to leave the session as this is a league race. So here we go. So Senna is now going across the chicane. Can he do a better run than what he did in Q2? Because I know he'll be eager to try and join Jake Moore on the top spot with possibly fighting Magic Marks, because I know the Red Bull are trying their best to fight the racing point, because Shane's in 4th place. So not a bad run there from Shane of a 1:16.8. That's a quick lap. The Man with the Cash is also on a flying lap. We'll join him in a minute. Around the last corner, and RSF1 Senna moves up to 7th place. Not bad. That's a really good run there from Senna. Man with the Cash. Let's have a little look. Go over the chicane. Looking quite fast, Man with the Cash. Here we go. Sweeping left-hander.
I'm back. I included my audio.
Welcome back, Bodder.
Okay, so it appears it's a bit laggy for some of the drivers. We've had some guys leaving session and some guys rejoining session. So I think it's best if we end qualifying and then we kind of quit this lobby, restart a new lobby with the qualifying we've already done. So we're not going into the race potentially lagging, if that makes sense, Brian. So what do you think about that?
That sounds like a good idea. It's better to be safe and make sure we've got a fresh lobby so there's going to be no incidents due to lag. Man with the Cash gets into 2nd place. He just gets past Jake Moore, so he is going to challenge Magic Marks for the for the win in Hungary, so we can see the man with the cash is definitely going to be pushing Bodder for the beginning. Jake Moore going around the second to last corner, you know, the sweeping left-hander. Max Senna stays 10th. He does not go faster. Can Jake Moore take the man with the cash and magic marks? No, he can't. Jake Moore stays third. Shane. And let's take a look where the magic man is. Senna has retired in 7th place. He's feeling pretty good where he is. So right now it's Racing Points and Petronas. Petronas has just finished 9th. He's not going to go faster.
You know it. 15.6.
Oh my God! 15.6!
Faster than the man with the cash.
That is incredible. That is incredible speed there.
Wow.
And Shane stays 4th.
Not bad from Shane. I wouldn't rule that out at all. Shane is a very fast driver in the race. He can certainly pull things back up there.
You called it, Bodder.
Yeah.
You called it. If you waited until the end of the qualifying session and put on new tyres, he could get into the 15s. And look at that, he demolished his old time.
That's brilliant. Okay, look, Magic Mark, the man with the cash, Jake Moore, Shane, Brundle 5th. Okay, so we were nearly right in our predictions there, Primus.
Yeah, it's just a shame that, that unfortunately a load of the drivers just struggled to get into the 16s because it would have been a good battle. Well, only a few of them did miss out, but Senna in 7th, Peppermeat 6th, Brundle 5th, Shane 4th, Jake 3rd, Man with the Cash 2nd. Just as you said, he was a mid-runner at one point and now he's actually fighting for the top. So incredible pace there. So we are going to take a quick moment, everyone. Sorry about that. I'll let you quickly continue before I...
Just before you say, I'm just reading the chat here, and people are like F1, marks for F1, F1. So marks F1 again. Wow, F1 Riot. Wow, Unity. I'll mention your name again. Unity. Wow, people in the chat are going crazy over the Magic Man's lap. That was a sensational lap. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to keep the qualifying grid order as we have, but we're actually going to restart the lobby just because some guys have some issues getting in and out of the lobby, and we did actually lose our lobby host as well. So I think it's best before we actually start the race, and because it's going to be dry and everything, all is all good.
We've also got a random in the lobby.
Yes, I see that as well. So I think it's best we end the stream and we'll back to you guys in about 5 minutes.
Okay, guys, we'll see you in a moment.